I see the other window.
Yeah. That
This
was
call is now being recorded.
that was just so that I thought I could use the audio off of my iPad, but it's not letting me for some reason. Got the camera muted. Let's see. You can hear me fine with my headphones, right?
Yeah, you sound great. Yeah.
Okay, so we have yeah, we're recording on both places.
Exciting. So that's your okay. So
the other profile there is me on my iPad.
that's
I thought
the
I
iPad.
would. Yeah, I don't even know if I need it now, but
Well, do you need to? Are you recording yet?
I am.
Okay.
So I'm recording on the iPad, and I thought I would use the audio on the iPad because the audio coming through my laptop is shit. But
Way to figure it out, Jen. You're so savvy. Tech
yeah, I
savvy.
guess. So we'll just go like this and see what happens, and we'll have this extra person that's not really there.
Okay. Do you
So,
mean for your name to be on there, buddy? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Fuck it. Okay, God, just checking. All right.
Yeah. You know, actually, I can. Let me see here. I can change that. I think. Manage. Customize profile. Let's see what happens when I do that. Nope. That's not what I want. It's been on there before, so I guess I'm just not going to worry about it right now.
No, that's fine. Fuck it. Yeah, that's right. Okay, good. Love that.
So
I love that. Fuck it attitude. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, okay.
I'm dealing with my mom.
Break it down. Yep.
She's sick every other day. She's sick to her stomach. She can't do her rehab. I don't know if it's psychosomatic, and she's just wanting all the attention to be on her, so she's acting like she's sick every day. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know what to do. I'm hoping that they don't boot her out of the rehab facility because of it. And if they do, that means she's coming home, possibly, which she's not ready to do. So I got to try and go over there and talk to some sense into somebody over there and just let them know that either she's got an issue.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Or she has a serious medical issue that's causing her to get sick every day.
Yeah, it's called narcissism.
Yeah.
Serious medical issue, my friend. It's an epidemic.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. It's like she doesn't want to. I don't get it, man.
I don't either.
I don't get the like.
She insists, like this morning, I call her. I overslept. I was going to go down there this morning early. And I call her and she's like, hello. And I'm like, what's going on, Mom? I'm nauseous again. And she said that it happened as soon as she woke up.
It's it's all in her head. That's not, and I'm not trying to be like not listening to women, you know,
Well,
it's in her head. Like
they're giving her all, they're giving her all the anti-nausea medicine.
Yeah.
And she says it doesn't work. So if it doesn't work, then it's got to be in her head, right?
Yeah. Does she get painkillers anymore for the knee?
She does. I said, did you take pain medicine this morning? Is that why you're getting sick on you? No, I didn't take any medicine. I don't believe her though, because she doesn't track that stuff.
Okay.
So I got to go over there and figure it all out again today. Ugh.
Have you threatened her by sending your sister? Like, Mom, I'm leaving and I'm not coming back. Jeanette, is her name? No, that's your mom's name. What's your sister's name?
Jana.
Jana's coming out, Mom, to take over because I'm done with you.
I actually, a long time ago, I said, maybe I'll just call Jana and see if she can look after you for a while. And she was like, no. And, because she likes to fuck with me. I think she really enjoys fucking with me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, this is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if this was my mom, well, I say that I'm full of shit. I take care of my mom. I get it. I hear that. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're a good kid and you're dealing with some mental illness. You're dealing with a mentally ill parent. Because that's what this is. And
Yeah. Yeah, I think so
what do you
too.
do with that? What do like, I don't know, man. I'm sorry. Well, are we recording? Should we talk about this for our episode about like
Yeah, we can talk about it.
being an adult taking care of an adult? Or not? We
Yeah.
don't have to. You might need a break from this. You might be like, let's talk about Disneyland and our favorite rides. Or we can do both. It could be a both and. We could
Yeah,
talk
you
about
know,
this. Yeah, let's hear it.
we can talk about this. I'm
Okay.
kind of I'm at my wit's end right now. I go over there yesterday and she's good. She's just, I missed her in the morning. She was down
Okay.
getting her therapy. I went
Oh,
back in the
great.
afternoon and she'd eaten all her lunch and she
Great.
was good. And then today she's not good and she won't eat anything. And so, she stops eating, which can cause nausea too, because she's taking a lot of pain meds. So
Yes.
it's just
Totally.
vicious cycle and I can't break it for her. And I just think it's in her head. I really do. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's not like she's eating and getting sick. It's not like she's sick because of the pain meds, because it doesn't seem to be that way. It's just she's sick because she's decided she's sick.
It's like she's got Munchausen's, but for herself.
Yeah, exactly.
She's got
Munchausen's by proxy for herself.
Yeah, for herself.
Yeah. Or maybe she feels like she has to wreck my life every day or every other day. And by Munchausen's by proxy, she can do that by acting like she's nauseous, I guess. I don't know.
Damn, dude. I don't know how you do it, buddy. Yeah. And the thing is, when she crosses the rainbow bridge, you're gonna miss her. You're gonna be sad. Like, there goes my mom. Like,
and I'm trying to do this for her so she can walk, like so she can enjoy the last years of her life.
Right.
She wanted to have this surgery.
Right.
I supported her on it, and
Mm-hmm.
I told her it was going to be a hard road on the recovery side of it.
Yep.
Like acting like you're sick is not going to cut it. Your legs going to fuse together if you don't do the exercises.
Totally.
And I don't really think she cares anymore. I don't know what.
Whoa. Yeah.
I can't figure out her head. I can't figure her out. I can't figure her out, except I do know her. And
I like the idea. Yeah. Go ahead. You know her. Yeah.
Like I went out to dinner with a friend last night and she knew that was happening. And so she went into this, oh, we can't afford this. We can't do this. It's too expensive. Da, 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 da. And she's texting me the whole time I'm at dinner with my friend because she knew like she could wreck that last night. And I think she took advantage of that to wreck it for me. And
well, in that case, do you just turn your phone off or ignore it?
I just stopped.
You know she's in a safe space. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. She's in a safe space. So I stopped replying, but it just seemed like it started last night, really. Mm-hmm. And, she woke up today and she's got to be like dramatic, I guess. And, oh my God, I'm sick on my stomach again. Everybody come circle around me. And, and then she's saying to me on the phone this morning, well, they're going to discharge me. They're going to boot me out of here. And I'm thinking that's what she wants.
Yeah, totally.
And if that happens, I'm going to put her in a nursing home because she's not coming home the way she is.
No, that's right. I mean, you explained to me that she fell down and took you and the aide forever to try and get her up.
Took us down with her,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know why my face is so close to the camera. I'm trying to get the right distance here. Whoa.
Whoa. Space Mountain. Space Mountain.
So you're in a live and you're in your home today. I'm like your home.
I'm in the living room over here. This is the living room.
I figured I'd put myself on the beach in the sun or something just to.
Good for you. No, you need that, Jen. Hey, Jen, growing up, I'm trying to figure out, this would have been, if I were a little kid, this kind of living room would have been a grandparent's living room. Not my parents' living room, but the grandparents' living room. Would this
Yeah,
have been your grandparents' living room or your parents' living room?
probably grandparents too.
Grandparents, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
because they kind of hit that point where they don't decorate anymore,
Right.
and it kind of is stuck in a time capsule of time, right?
Mm-hmm. I've
And
been
yeah,
watching, yeah. I've been watching. Do you ever watch those videos where it'll be like a house that's been abandoned for 20 years or something, and they go in and it's a time capsule, and
yeah,
it'll be the jade toilet, jade sink, jade, and then like the super shag carpet with the
yeah,
really heavy dark blinds.
yeah. Dark wood cabinets.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I feel, however, that jade bathroom thing might be coming back as vintage. The
Yeah,
jade sink and
probably.
the jade toilet.
You mean everything green, right?
Yeah, the green stuff. Yeah,
Uh, I hope not, but yeah.
gotcha. That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Not vintage. Yeah.
No, mm-mm. But yeah, like the beach house that I bought,
Mm-hmm.
that place was like a time capsule when I bought it. And it had bright orange countertops, Formica countertops,
Whoa.
and dark cabinets, and green shag carpet, and a different color shag carpet. And then upstairs had like I think it was an orange. It had orange countertops everywhere in that house and green shag carpet. It was totally like walking into the 70s. And then by the time we had fixed up the house and worked on it and everything, um, the orange countertops were kind of coming back. Like, which, you
Ah,
know, I mean, I don't know that they were coming back, but like some of the things were like, oh, they're doing that again.
absolute. For our listeners and viewers, Jen, so your beach cabin at Ocean Shores, your beach house, what year did you buy that?
2001.
And were you the second owner?
Yes.
Wow. So someone had built it in the 70s or whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
then got old or died or something, and then you bought
Yep.
it.
Her husband died, and yeah, it was sweet. It was like her home, and she was so happy when she sold
Wow.
it, and she was going to live in West Seattle. And then
Oh,
she came back a couple of times and visited, and I showed her what I'd done to the house and everything.
did she like
So
what you had done, or was she like,
yeah, yeah,
why'd you do that? Oh, okay. Oh, she
yeah,
was probably so happy that you guys were loving on it.
yeah. And we didn't just move in and flip it and move out.
Right. Yeah.
So
And you were in that house. You had that for
till
20 years?
2019, till
Yeah.
2019, November of
2019.
2019. So
Wow.
19 years, 18 years.
Okay.
Is that 18
Okay.
years? Yeah.
Sounds
I think
right.
that's 18 years. Yeah.
Okay. Because I had been in that house a number of times, and it did not look
Hmm.
like orange countertops with shag carpet at all. I mean, you had done some nice things. Yeah.
Yeah. Then there was also, it was like a sunken living room, kind
Yeah.
of where you walk in and there's a step down, and we took all that out. So took leveled everything out too. So you could just go in.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like that. I've always liked, and to this day, like that sunken living room thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I just adore it. I just love it. It's like I'm taking a couple steps down into the earth, into like the womb, and there's usually like a fireplace or something down in there.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that's something I do appreciate those.
Well,
Yeah.
this house kind of, well, I wouldn't call it a sunken living room, but
Mm.
where I'm sitting right now in the dining room
Yeah.
is what I call the stage because it's
Oh,
elevated.
okay.
So, so to
Mom's
my,
condo. Is that the
to
condo?
that,
Yep.
yeah, to that side is a long bar with glass shelves and mirrors. And
Oh
then to that
wow.
that side is the kitchen. And we took the wall out there, so you just see the kitchen, you see the living room, you see the, this, but you have to step up.
Whoa,
You got 2 steps to step up to the bar or to the, I call it the stage.
that's cool. So it's got a vintage bar in it, like the old glass.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's got a sink over here, and I
yeah.
put a new sink in there.
I'll be damn.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
nice. Yeah, I'm surprised that your wife didn't do all the remodeling because we have discussed in previous episodes that your wife is a high femme, but a butch high femme. She like she'd wear. I'm sure Vera has a hiking dress. I'm sure she hikes in dresses or a hiking skirt. But when she puts on that tool belt and remodels, so I'm surprised she didn't remodel that place.
Well, it's not beyond the scope of her work that I would leave and go away on a trip, and she would have taken a wall down while I was gone.
Right. She's not having that wall. She's done. Yeah, for sure.
But I have to say, like, so we also had these cove ceilings in the kitchen area.
What's a cove ceiling, Jen?
Kind
Please
of like
educate me.
scalloped something or other, like
Oh,
if you were like insetting into the ceiling this area that's higher up than the rest of the ceiling. It kind of
yeah.
looks stupid, so we took it out. But
Okay.
but other people here have use it, and they put like different colored lights in it, or stuff like
Huh.
that.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know what that. Okay. Okay.
So
I'll
it's
just
like,
look that up.
yeah, I don't know what they would call it. Let me see. What do they call it? It's like cove. I think it's cove ceilings.
Well, I'm gonna look it up too.
Yeah, cove ceiling images. Okay, yeah, if you Google cove ceiling images, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh shit. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Kind of
Okay.
like, kind of like
Yeah.
that one with the wood floor there, the second
Yes.
image. Yeah.
Okie
So
dokes.
we
I'm
got rid of
tracking.
that. Yeah.
Okay. You got rid. So it's just ceiling now.
hmm Just ceiling at the same height as the bar
Okay.
stage.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
then we have cathedral ceilings in the living room that are there's wood
Nice.
beams that run across the cathedral ceilings. So, and we
You
had
know.
that sandblasted, which was a mess.
Oh. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a lot. That is a mess. That's a mess. Those sheetrocker guys are no joke.
Yeah.
That sheetrock
Well,
dust and mud and tape and
yeah, it wasn't even that. It was the sandblasting. So they sandblasted the living room and they sandblasted the bedroom because both of them have this. It was painted ceilings, but we exposed the raw wood again.
wow.
Yeah,
Nice. Nice.
yeah. So it looks pretty good. Yeah,
Okay.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my ex, who's a contractor, retired contractor, and now is a home inspector, Terry, we would
Mhm,
argue about the open floor concept. I love an open floor concept. Open the
mhm,
shit out. She liked walls. And I don't know what that is. She liked compartmentalized areas.
mhm.
And I was like, no, we're gonna open this. Yeah. So um it's probably good that we never bought a house together and then like remodeled it because some stuff we would have gotten together on and some stuff we just would not have.
Yeah,
I love that open concept. And but we would have agreed about taking the paint off of the wood. Good for you
yeah,
guys. Yeah.
yeah.
Let's get
Well,
that
and
wood
it was good, but it meant when and we did this whole renovation in like 5 weeks.
Jeez, that's nuts.
And so we sandblasted everything before we started the renovation because that
Smart.
sandblasting, it puts dust everywhere. And we had
Yeah.
dust in our closet. And like it was just a mess to clean
Mm-mm,
up. And
mm-mm, mm-mm. F that. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
you know,
Oh God.
yeah.
I'm loving this mid-century modern remodel in the Palm Springs condo. Yep. I like that.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
job, Jen. And at Ocean Shores, apparently.
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah. Yeah. We took it up to the, I don't know, 90s maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, also your high femme butch wife. Am I correct in when I say that your wife had found a really amazing piece of driftwood? It was a big
Yeah.
old beam of wood that had been floating in the ocean for God only knows how long. And she brought that fucker home and turned it into the mantle for your fireplace. Is that right?
It was tsunami debris
What,
from
Jen,
Japan.
weren't we supposed to report that shit to the Coast Guard or something? Because they're supposed to collect it for contamination purposes?
No, it was wood that
Oh, okay.
washed up.
Okay.
Maybe it wasn't tsunami debris then. I don't
I saw
know, but
it.
it
It
was.
looked like an old piece of like a beam, like an old
Yeah,
wooden
yeah,
beam, right?
yeah,
So that could have been
yeah.
anything. That could
Yeah,
have been.
it wasn't the scary tsunami debris, but
Yeah. Oh,
there
that's
was
what I'm talking about. Okay.
so much that washed up. But
Yeah.
there was a lot of just wood and
Yeah. Okay.
docks and
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff that just washed up. And I guess they hauled the docks away, I guess, because
Yes.
I remember there was a couple of them that washed up down there. And
Yeah. They hold that shit out because I know there was some
yeah,
contamination concerns
yeah.
about the Japanese ocean critters mixing with our
Oh yeah.
West Coast
Well,
critters. And
yeah, so we carried it home and left it in
yeah.
the front yard for about a month or two, and then it
Nice.
was picked clean by whatever.
Yeah. Critters.
Yeah,
Local critters.
yeah, and
No,
then we
man. I saw.
just
Yeah.
scraped all that off, and
So
yeah.
great. I saw it completed and installed when my mom was living at your place.
Mm-hmm,
It was nice. I was like, shit,
I
Vera.
know, and the owners that bought it took it down, like got rid of it completely.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what did they put up instead? Because it really fit the space.
I don't think they put anything up. I think they just
Huh.
got rid of it. Yeah.
Wow. Well, whatever with that. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it
Wow.
was a cool beam. They
That was. You don't, we don't grow trees like that anymore. Those beams, when I see those beams, I snag them. I got two. I got two in my backyard right now, waiting to be utilized in some fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neighbor died. Old Reverend Buckley, she died. And someone bought her house and lifted it. Instead of tearing the house down, which I appreciate, the developer lifted it, contractor lifted it, and did a daylight basement below.
Cool.
And then upstairs, the house part was its own unit. So it's got 2 or 3 units. There's 2 or 3 units in this structure. But when he was gutting it and getting ready to lift it, it was just beams of stuff because he gutted it. Beams, this and that. And I was like, oh, hell no. So I collected a bunch of that. Because I'm like, if my house is from 1904, this house is thereabouts. And that means this is old wood. And that means they don't grow this shit anymore. And I'm taking this home for a project.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So some of the pieces are going to be used as cladding on the inside of the backyard tiny house. But the beams, I'm feeling those beams though, Jen. I hear you. Yeah. I think it's old fir, which is a soft wood, but it's sexy as hell when it's cleaned up.
Yeah. We've got we do have one other beam that we brought home with us that was not as big as the one that we put up in the living room there.
Okay.
But similar.
Okay. Yep.
Just a little bit smaller. So
I just get upset when people lack vision. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you and I are kindred spirits. You can walk into a space and it looks like dog shit, but you see it. You can see past the dog shit to the vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I met a woman. Buddy got married in New York. Okay. And this was in the Alphabet neighborhood in New York. And so Manhattan there. And the wedding was in this amazing space. So I go in, I got my date. We're looking good. And the space, we met the owner because she was at the wedding because she, was there for this. And it turns out she had bought this building. And in New York, how it's like a brownstone, like the walls are shared.
Mm-hmm.
But she had bought this space, building, whatever, in the 70s for $10,000.
Wow.
And she is from, oh shit, Czech Republic, maybe? So she'd come here as a hippie, come to the US as a hippie kid, New York, doing her rock and roll, hanging out with Bob Dylan and shit in, Washington Square Park, Greenwich Village. She sees this space, $10,000. She buys it. And I was like, your parents were pissed. They probably thought you were nuts. She's like, yeah, because Jen, there was no ceiling. When the ceiling had collapsed, so she's looking at the space with the real estate agent, and there's snow and shit inside on the main floor.
Yeah.
It had been an old ceramics, like a place where you would get molds of like cherubs and shit. It had been like a utility space, right? And she bought it, and then she spent the next decades and decades fixing it. And now it's this gorgeous, cool space. Wow. Huge ceilings, right? Just like huge ceilings she replaced the skylight. And it's neat. She kept a bunch of the ceramics and molds, and that's part of the decor. It's like hanging up high on the walls and stuff. And it has a fireplace. I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, yeah, no, they used to make stuff in here with heat, with fire. But I mean, now it's priceless, right? But $10,000 in the 70s. And she had a vision, Jen. She had a vision, and she made it happen.
Well, I have a acquaintance that I met through Pat Graney that lived in the Alphabet area. And she bought this place too back in the day. And it was basically, I think, 3 apartments. And she connected them all. And so it was this huge space, for New York, right? You know what New York spaces are like. And she said she used to have to fight the heroin addict who would hang out on the stoop to get into her place every day. And she'd have fights with them, and then they'd try and get rid of her, and they would do things, and then she would, she'd be like, no, I'm not going anywhere, crazy, insane stuff just to keep that place. And now it's a great apartment. So I'm sure she sold it by now, but it was in the Alphabet section, and it was, it was cool. Very cool.
I remember when I did my summer in New York City at NYU, and that was summer 2003. And I remember people that are from New York just telling stories, and they're like, yeah, the Alphabet District in 2003, the Alphabets were still like this.
It's still a little dicey, yeah.
A little sketch. And so I did get invited to a rooftop 4th of July party in the Alphabets, and I went, but I was like, oh shit, I don't know if I should be here because I heard stories. And I went and I had a great time. I was like, it was awesome. Some apartment, and then we climbed some stairs or an elevator and ended up on the roof and watched 4th of July on a roof. Cool. But again, people with a vision, man.
Yeah.
And now the Alphabets, it just sounds like a cool neighborhood too.
Yeah, now it's probably all, I'm sure it's all gentrified now. And
the gays. We move in and we fuck a place up by making it nice. We just fuck it up, man.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. The lesbians get in there because that's what they can afford, and then they start fixing shit because they're all electricians or plumbers or whatever. Yep, it's a whole thing.
Yeah,
you do it. I was talking to a buddy of mine who married. Her name is Salem, and she married a German named Sonia, and so they live in Germany. And Salem, this was a few years ago. Salem was telling me that there was a housing development getting ready to be built somewhere in Germany. And they are, the whole concept was the gays. It was kind of like the whole concept was like this whole story of like, it was a shitty neighborhood, but then the gays moved in and fixed it up. And so now it's really nice. That was the story around this brand new development, right? Yeah. And I'm like, gays are like a development style now. Like, is that a thing? Can you do that? And we were laughing about it because we were like, that's,
Yeah.
I mean, I know being queer is trending, is really trending, but Jesus, you know.
So they were marketing themselves as a gayborhood.
Yeah, but like even deeper than that.
Yeah.
Like this, like it came with a story, you know, even though it
Yeah.
was new, it had this story. It was like gentrified by the gays, but it's brand new. Like it's never been gentrified at all, right?
So taking the whole period of time where the gays would gentrify it out, but saying it's gentrified by the gays. That's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. People want heteros or somebody, I don't know, people buying houses want that. And I'm like, what? But then you don't vote for our rights. You know, you'll
Right.
buy a house in our neighborhood, but our
But you won't-
neighborhood.
But
Right.
you won't vote for equal rights for us, and you'll try and take them away at every turn.
Right. Well, which is very like African American community, Black and Brown community. We can listen to their music. We can take on their, you know, the slang, right? All these different things. But I'm not going to vote for you, and I don't want you to be my neighbor. You're not allowed to live in this neighborhood. You know, all that.
Right. Yeah.
Worse shit. Yep, that's real. That shit's real. Well, like the term rock and roll. That I watched the whole thing. It was a DJ, and he was looking for a new kind of a hip way to be on the radio. And the Black and Brown musicians would come in and, you know, set up to perform in the studio. And he kept hearing like, oh man, I was rocking and rolling with my old lady last night. And he's like, what's that about? And they're like, oh yeah, man, me and my lady got it, you know, got together. And he'd be like, rocking and rolling. That's cool. And then he started using it on air to identify a certain genre of music. And it was like, I didn't know that, but that's a Black and Brown contribution to the United, you know, to contribution. I was like, that's awesome. But nobody talks about
that. And their whole entire contribution to rock and roll was their music. It was, you know,
right.
It was the white folks deciding that their music was wonderful, and they started recording it, you know, when they'd been their music all along.
100%. Like, you ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Yeah.
That was not.
Right. No,
like,
that was.
Yeah.
Was that guitar player? I can't remember her name. That was hers. And then
I don't think it was Rosetta Tharpe, but it was someone like I don't think. Fuck. I'm looking it up.
I think it was her.
We need to honor that artist.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was her. Let's see, Hound Dog.
Big Mama Thornton. Big Mama.
Yeah.
Big Mama. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Horse shit.
Oh, and then the Rolling Stones. They heard the music of the African American community, and they tried to emulate it. And I can't get no satisfaction. You know, all of it is just like tumble and dice. All of it is just emulating the music that they really thought was great from the African American community. You know, it wasn't anything new. They didn't come up on anything new. They just recreated it, you know.
Yeah. Well, and I listen to lyrics now. Like some of those old bands, I'll listen to the lyrics, old white bands, I should say, and I'm like, just written by a Black person.
Yeah.
Ain't no way this written by no white person. No, this is different. This is different. This is some different storytelling right here.
Yep.
This is different storytelling right here. Man, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I get upset when people get upset with Beyonce for taking up country, and I'm like, what's wrong with Beyonce taking up country? Like Taylor Swift started out as country, and isn't she from Connecticut or something? I mean, come on now.
She's not a country artist, but you know, she started out as a country artist. Everybody starts out in the country genre because it was easier to get into and easier to make a name for yourself. But Beyonce, a Black person being involved in country music is normal because they started it. You know, they had a lot to do with country music too. Like they are the reason why we have the great genres of music that we have, you know?
And the term cowboy, and this is the part that blows my mind. when I learned this, I was like, oh shit. Language is important, right? Language,
Mm-hmm.
cowboy. That's a derogatory term. That was for the black and brown
Yeah.
hands, right? Ranchers were the white guys. Cowboy were like
Right.
the black and brown ranch hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when some white country singer's like, I'm a cowboy, I'm like, do you even know the history of that term? Like,
Mm-mm.
you wouldn't deign to use that term back in the day because you'd be like, oh, that's, you know, that's for the black and brown community, you know, but now you think it's cool, right? It's just like, I learned like master bathroom, master bedroom. Get it?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. I was like, oh shit. It's Mass's bathroom and bedroom. Okay. Right. So like, you know, I'm learning, I'm doing some stuff. But I could see why black and brown children get frustrated in public schools because they already know all this shit, but it's not taught.
Right.
It's been erased by white
Mhm.
history, you know, and so they're like, that's not, you guys are leaving a lot of shit out.
Yeah.
You're leaving out a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So it's embarrassing. But yeah, country music, I'm like, oh, I roll. Well, Beyonce didn't earn it. I'm like, she's brown in America.
What?
She's doing, you know what? She earned it. And I don't, who cares? It's a good album. Gives a shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, do you like
And
the
it-
music?
And it won album of the year, right?
Yes. Thank you, right? Cowboy Carter.
Mhm.
I don't know. People are, I don't know why people are. Oh, and this is the part that gets me too. I know white women that are really attracted to black and brown men, right? Well, really only date black and brown men, but
Mhm.
then are like, I don't know about Beyonce being a, you know, I don't know what she's doing, you know, and I'm like, you know what I mean? The complete lack of awareness. It's like, dude,
Mhm.
what?
Wait a minute. There. You have friends that are
Hypocrite.
partnered with African American people.
They'll
and
just have sex, but they're not partnered. They're just having sex with black and brown men. But then we'll turn around and be like, I don't feel that Beyonce has earned being. I can. I'm okay that people are upset that, you know, 'cause she hasn't earned being, you know, doing country music. And I'm like, are you completely just tuned out? Like, that's dumb.
Well, Post Malone is doing country music. You know, he started out
Right.
and doing rap shit, and you know,
What Darius was it Darius
Darius
from
Rucker. There was Charlie Pride back in the 70s. He was
there you go.
a
Like,
country artist. You know, there's
well, and then you find out who's writing the songs for these country stars. These
Mhm.
people aren't writing their own music.
Nope.
George Strait didn't write his own songs. And what's that? What's the one that cheated on his? Oh, they all cheat. Not George Strait. Who was the big famous guy? His jeans were too tight. He's kind of a chubby country guy. Garth Brooks.
Oh, Garth Brooks, yeah.
He didn't write those songs.
Yeah.
He didn't write those songs, right? So it's just like, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
And any of those country singing motherfuckers are racist or homophobic or whatever. I'm like, wait a minute. You guys work in the industry. All your hairdressers and all of the people that do all your costuming and all, everybody's gay.
Yep.
And probably gay men that are brown doing all your shit. And then you present as this way. Like, KKK members are listening to your albums. Why aren't you upset by that? Now, like, yeah, hypocrites. Don't get me, I'm sorry, Jen. I just get fired up. Hypocrisy really pisses me off. And I try to check myself with my hypocrisy. I eat meat. I fucking love steak. I am a hypocrite because I also love animals. Cows with their big brown eyes and they're so sweet and they have personalities and all. And I'm a piece of shit. I don't even kill my own food. Hypocrite. But I can own that. I can own it. You know?
Well, you know, the gay community has always been, what do I want to call this? I remember being kind of appalled at some gay people that I would be associating with
Mm.
having issues with trans people.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, they're part of our community.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you being this way? You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
just crazy.
Yeah. Kind of,
And that
yeah.
was, you know, late 90s, you know.
And it's still happening. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. The only thing I can kind of compare that to a little bit, not,
Mm-hmm.
is it as extreme? I don't know. I'm gonna compare it though, is like I was reading been reading books, right? And learning about how like when slaves were freed,
Mm-hmm.
if a formerly enslaved person got a house, you know, property and all the stuff, and then they started owning slaves, they were those masters were worse. Like the enslaved who are now freed but own slaves are worse than the original white master in some cases. Apparently that was a thing. And I'm like, okay, right. Like how the queers, right? Marginalized, abused, whatever, murdered, get some power, right? And now become the abuser, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I kind of see a similarity in that, right? As far as just the abused becoming the abuser. And I keep saying I can't speak for the gay male community. I'm not a part of that in my skin, but the lesbian community for sure. And I've said this before, we got to heal our trauma with the patriarchy
Mm-hmm.
so we can align with our sisters, which also includes sisters of color. You know, we got to,
Mm-hmm.
but our trans sisters,
Mm-hmm.
you know, our trans brothers, I mean, men with vaginas, hey, hello,
Yeah.
we got you. You know, what do you need, right? So like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think it's
Yeah,
just, yeah.
that whole what's the what's the name of the author that wrote the Harry Potter shit?
J.K.
Um,
Rowling,
oh,
Dumbledore's gay. She wrote
what a
Dumbledore is gay and is anti-trans. I'm like,
yeah, yeah,
what?
yeah, she's nuts. I think she's just nuts.
And she says, she's like, I never said Hermione was white. I was like, shit, okay. Um, and but then to like go anti-trans, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah,
Okay.
what I don't understand, like
I don't know,
what
man.
it, the thing that blows my mind. Here's the thing that blows my mind
Let's hear it,
that
sister.
we have people out there that want trans people to use the restroom of the biological entity that
Trying
they
to
were
use that
born
side
as they were
first. Yeah,
born, right?
right.
But you know, you get a butch woman that goes into the women's restroom in some place in Alabama and she gets thrown out of it because she's in the right restroom and they don't want that either, you know?
Right. Yep.
It's
Totally.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
It is. It's yeah. I'm digging I remember the Burke Museum, right in Seattle, when the
Hmm.
new building was built, they do all gender bathrooms, right?
Right. Which is every bathroom. Your house doesn't have a woman's room and a men's room. You
Right.
know, it's just stupid. The airplane doesn't have a woman's room and a men's room, you know?
Yeah. And so there were definitely older gentlemen that worked at the Burke. Not all, most
Hmm.
were, there was one in particular, he was very uncomfortable with it, that he was going to be peeing in a stall next to a woman or a child. And I'm like, okay, well then you got to work on why that's a problem for you.
Yeah.
But you know, normal's what you know. If you grow up with it, it's not a big deal. Who cares, you know? And I think majority of the time, perverts aren't in the bathroom stalking children. Every now and then
No.
you will get one. You will get
Well,
one. But
the
they were doing that
perverts
before
are
the
not
gender
trans
bathrooms.
people.
Yeah.
Perverts are not trans people.
Oh no, I'm not saying that at
Perverts,
all.
yeah,
That's the
perverts are
argument.
not Yeah,
Yeah, no,
perverts are
I'm sorry.
not gay people. Your
No,
perverts are
perverts are
mostly your straight white men.
exactly. That's yeah. It's like yes, 100%, 100%.
Yeah.
So, and this was a straight white man. So it's kind of like you all need to check in with yourselves, you straight white guys. You guys need to talk to each other about your own stuff because you're the problem. You're the problem. It's an epidemic of straight white men like that kid that raped that she was passed out drunk next to a dumpster outside and he raped her.
Yes, I remember
Yeah,
that.
his name was Brock something, and the two guys saw it happening and chased him down and got him. And then the judge let him off with like a slap on the hand, like, I don't want this one decision to ruin your entire life. So,
Yeah. It's a decision you make. It should ruin your life if you're doing shit like that.
yeah, if no, you call the police and say there's a girl passed out drunk in this alley. Ambulance would be good. Let's get an ambulance out here for her.
Yeah.
And then if you find yourself turned on, you go masturbate in the shower. You take care of your business. But he took that chick. All right. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah. Well, and then, what happened in the news yesterday, I think it was yesterday when they had that press conference or the day before, all the victims of Jeffrey Epstein and that whole crowd, Ghislaine Maxwell, however the fuck you pronounce that lion bitch's name, they're being discounted by the fucking president of our country, talking about telling people that it's a hoax. And because he's caught up in it, that's why.
Right. Totally.
And and here's the thing, I'm watching that press conference out on the steps of the Capitol, and then RFK yesterday said he didn't even hear about it, he didn't even know about it. But then I'm looking at the people behind the girls at the press conference, and it's mostly Democrats, but it's Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I'm thinking, fuck. We got these wackadoodles. Great that they're supporting this, but
Yeah,
they're supporting it. They're supporting it because they think, gays are pedophiles and
True.
Democrats are pedophiles. So they're only
Right.
glomming onto it because it's a pedophile thing. And they can, but I'm just like, oh, fuck. I want to say thank you, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert and the other crazy one. There's another crazy one. I can't remember her name. But I don't want to say thank you to them because
they're not doing it for the right reason. I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe they are. They're doing it for the right reasons, I guess, and we should be thankful for that.
Yeah, we should.
And we should be thankful to anybody that supports those women and the victims of those horrible people.
Yes, that's right.
The fact that bitch got moved to a cushy Fed prison facility after she went on record to say, oh no, I never saw anybody hurt a woman, young or old, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, you fucking C word,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and sometimes, Jen, our enemy's enemy is our friend, and let's have the Marjorie Greens and the because this is women.
Nancy Mace, I think, is the other one. Nancy Mace.
Yeah. So these were girls, not even women. These were girls.
No. Yeah.
And I'm glad to see, for whatever their agenda is, I'm glad they were standing behind these now women, but at the time of these girls.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they're standing there instead of being like they're making it up and they're standing there. And I'm like, okay, we are on the same page, Marjorie. And at least on this thing here, this topic here, we are in alignment.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you. Yeah, sometimes that's part of it, Jen, is we have to, a buddy of mine, she's like, we don't have to have empathy for you don't have to have empathy for your abuser. And then my lesbian Wiccan priestess is saying, if we want to bring these men in, if we want to bring them, if we want shit to shift, we have to have empathy for our abusers. And she also was clear to me. She's like, Crystal, you would murder men. So you don't have to work with the men. You work with the women. Other people will have the empathy and take on the men. You don't have to do everything. There are others. There's so many others that can do that part. But yeah, I mean, if you look at Ted Kaczynski, he wanted to be accepted by society. He wasn't a loner. He was someone that was rejected. And then that hurts. That hurts when you don't find your people, you know. And some people are just weird. And that's a thing that is brought up, is that if you're kind of weird and you want to be a part of society, you got to adapt. Because if you don't adapt, you become extinct. Your genes become extinct because nobody's going to mate with you, right? So you've got to adapt, or your genes will become extinct. And so there's a lot of men that don't want to adapt. They feel entitled to continue to do what they're doing. And I know a woman who's been married to the same man for 30 years. He hasn't gone down on her for 30 years. She stays with him. They're friends. They have an arrangement, you know, open marriage kind of stuff. But he also thinks that he owns her vagina, and that she's not allowed to have sex with other men. She can have sex with women, but not other men. And he's crying because nobody will have sex with him, because he's a terrible lover. And he's physically crying. And she's like, well, you know, you're not good at this. And that's a choice. And you're almost 60 years old. You've had time. But he just has always used women's bodies for his pleasure. And I'm kind of like, ladies, no. Why would you endure sex that you don't want? Gross. Just to appease a guy? No. No. In fact, you could charge his ass to teach him how to be a good lover. There's some teaching stuff. Charge him for it though. That shit ain't free. We've been giving shit away for free, Jen, and I don't mean like get married to him. I mean like get some cash out of it.
Yeah.
I teach you how to be a good lover. You're gonna fucking pay me for that. You know? I don't know how prostitutes do it. I don't know how sex workers do it, because that's not good sex happening. That's just, I guess, a means to an end. But I'm like, oh, ladies. Woo! Man. Shit's real, Jen.
It's a living, right?
It's a living. 100%. 100%. God damn. Yep. 100%. Okay, so on that note, what else is going on? What do you want to say about that?
Oh, I was just thinking, like, when you were talking earlier about country music and all that, I was thinking about the conversation we had about the terrible lyrics in some of the songs that we thought were catchy in the 70s, you know. And even today, like, I was in the car the other day, and Elton John's song Island Girl came on, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? Why don't you want to be in white man's world? You know, all this crazy shit that he's saying in this song. And I'm thinking, what made you even record that or write it? You know?
Is this a recent song? Or is this an older one?
It's an older song from the 80s. I think it was from the 80s. Elton John.
We weren't doing this work yet, Jen. We weren't.
No, but but yeah, so we were talking about that and how we're gonna maybe record a Christmas song.
Right. That's right.
And you know, it might turn into a whole album. You never know of songs that should be corrected.
That's right.
With better lyrics.
That's right. Yes. That is correct.
No more only 16. She was only 16 and you need to stay the fuck away from her.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Yeah, she's 16. She's still a child. Gross.
Yeah.
Ew. Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
No.
What is the appeal and the attraction? I guess some men just think it's easy. This is easy. There's a power dynamic. Like,
I
guess. I can control this one, you know, I guess.
I you know, with all this stuff in the news right now, I'm thinking, why? Like, why
Mm-mm.
Why? I
Mm-mm.
think it's a sickness for them
Yeah.
because not all men try and have sex with young girls,
Right.
not
Right.
all of them. So it's got to be a sickness, and rightly so that this woman that was enabling that guy to do it should be in prison right now, and she
Oh,
should be in
yeah.
maximum security prison. And that
Absolutely.
fucking piece of shit president that we have now is probably going to end up pardoning her ass. You watch,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. And oh God, what was I gonna say? I don't know. I just white women are still producing oppressors, right? Like in this day
hmm
and age, white women are still producing men that become oppressors. And
hmm
um white women need to start asking ourselves why that is, because Trump had a mom,
hmm
right?
hmm
Uh I'm gonna include Ghislaine in this. She had a mom. I'm
hmm
sure her dad was abusing her, you know.
hmm
Um, where why do the mothers not protect the children? And I don't get I don't get that. I think they protect them in the wrong ways, you know. Like
hmm
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like my housemate's a public school teacher, and he's like, God damn it, you know, I get these parents, and it's always the mother that comes in and defends the fact that their child hasn't done any homework, even though
hmm
they've been talked to repeatedly and given
Right.
opportunities to and support by a teacher, you know,
hmm
by my housemate to like, okay, kids, let's get it together. Here we go. I want you to be successful. And the mom comes in, blah 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 blah, and, you know, and all this shit.
Makes excuses.
Makes excuses, and then it's like, well, are you raising a rapist? You know, are
Yeah.
you raising
Yeah.
someone that's entitled to just do whatever the fuck they want? You know, there's no
hmm
consequences here. Um,
Well,
like
there is that sect, and I'll call it a sect because it is. It's people that are raising their children with those same fucked up values that have been with the patriarchy all through the years, right?
yeah,
And there's a sect of women, there are a sect of people that want to adhere to that no matter what, no matter that it's 2025 and women can work and they shouldn't just be baby making machines and all that.
right.
They are buying right into it, and it's not an affront. Like they take everything as an affront to their traditional whatever. But it's I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just
Mhm.
that there's still people out there that want to live that life and want to perpetuate that life and perpetuate the men are better than women stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, that's that aligning with the patriarchy. You
yeah,
align with the patriarchy as a woman, you get a little bit of power, right?
yeah.
Instead of fuck the patriarchy and we're going to take back our power because we have superhero powers. We're women. We make
Mhm.
people, for fuck's sake, you know?
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh God, there was something. I was just listening to something. Oh, fuck. It was a guy. God damn it. And it was from like the 60s. And it was I don't know if it was a journalist or what, but bitching about how women had not. Oh, I'm sorry. No, no. Oh, what am I talking about? It was Freud. Freud was talking about how women hadn't contributed. Women are dumb. We haven't contributed anything to society. We haven't invented anything. And it's like, we weren't allowed to, asshole. We weren't allowed
Well,
to.
Marie Curie,
Thank
um,
you, right?
you know,
But there's like
Susan
a
B.
couple,
Anthony,
there's a couple, you know, there's right,
Sacagawea.
right, right. But not, I think he was talking about like the everyday. And it's because we weren't
We
allowed.
were oppressed. Yeah, we weren't even allowed to have our own checking account until the
Now,
late 70s. You know,
and didn't
like
that start because like women got together and started their own bank? Because they were like, fuck this, we're gonna do our own bank. Wasn't it a group of women?
well, I don't think that's it. I just know
Okay.
that it sprung up from the women's rights movement, the
Got
Equal
it.
Rights Amendment, and
Yes.
women saying, no, this should be not be this way anymore. And, the National Organization for Women was advocating for women in the workplace and for women's rights. And
Mm-hmm.
and the Equal Rights Amendment that never ever got passed, but could be
Right.
ratified today because enough states support it and it would pass, but they still don't do it. Why? Because there's a bunch of white men in those Senate chambers and those House chambers that are voting to just keep their fucking privilege going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, let's argue about this.
Mm-hmm.
What if it was all women? Because there's Marjorie Taylor Greens. What if
Mm-hmm.
the House and all that was all women? At least there would be equality because it's historically been all men. So let's
Mm-hmm.
make it equal historically. Let's have it be all women. And at least
Mm-hmm.
it's the women arguing with each other about childcare and fucking women body rights and stuff. I think women should be
Mm-hmm.
left out of the conversation entirely. What do you think though? Because
I
women are still
think,
some evil shit. There's still some evil shit.
oh yeah, there's some bad women out there.
Yeah.
But I think those bad women come from an environment where um, it's patriarchal, it's super religious, it's,
Mm-hmm.
how much bad has been done in this world in the name of religion. If there's one thing you could point to in all the whole history of the world that did bad shit, it's religion. I'm
Right.
not saying religion's bad, but a lot
I would,
of
yeah,
bad shit happened in the name of religion.
sure. Yeah. And I would even shrink that down to the monotheistic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Those three are
Mm-hmm.
very patriarchal, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I would narrow it down.
yeah, because, I always refer to the crazies in our country as the American Taliban, right? There's always a sect of any religion that's hyper, super conservative, super anti-women, super, you know, whatever. And yeah, we
Fundamentalism. Hmm.
fundamentalism.
Right.
It's not following the teachings of any entity that they are worshiping,
Hmm.
because if you worshiped Jesus and followed his teachings, you wouldn't be such an oppressor. You wouldn't be such a vindictive, um, you know, you would be loving your neighbor. You wouldn't be telling them that they need to go to prison, or that you wouldn't be picking them up and hauling them off to prison
Right.
because they're brown.
Hmm. Or okay, no, abortions are legal and the woman's going to go to jail for getting an abortion. Well, what about the women that have a bunch of unwanted pregnancies, babies result? Is the church going to pay for those? Is the
Nobody's
church
paying, they're cutting the benefits to feeding children now, so they want the woman to have the baby so that it can keep her down. They want, that's their, I think that's their ultimate goal, is that let's keep all these women pregnant. They can't get an abortion. They can't, get an early abortion. They can't do anything because we won't let them do that. And then they're saddled with a bunch of kids because we're making them have the kids, but we're not going to support the kids and give them food to survive, or medical care to survive. We're just going
or
to keep.
education on parenting?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, like parent, that's huge. Um,
yeah.
my sister's a public school teacher as well, middle school. And she's like,
Your sister?
yeah, I have a stepsister.
Oh,
Yeah. Did
okay.
you not know that?
No,
Oh, all these years, you didn't know I had a sister. Oh my God, that's
no,
nuts. Yeah, my sister. She's
huh.
cool. She just lives over here in the U district. She's got her husband, couple of kids. Her daughters are the same age as my stepsons.
Okay.
I mean, they didn't go to the same schools, different neighborhoods, but yeah. But she's like, it makes a really big difference as a middle school teacher. She's like, parents that read to their children when they're little, just read, reading to their kids. She's like, you can tell it affects them as they get older. Not reading, it helped like comprehension and all of these things. And I'm thinking, and she's also just like, we got to teach people how to parent. Like, because I think a lot of people just don't fucking know. If you read to your kid, it's incredibly beneficial to the child education wise. I mean, they enter kindergarten at 5. Well, they've had 5 years of learning, words and just being around words and story and comprehension. And it's a Kickstarter, right? And so, I bet there's parents that would totally read. They just don't know. Parents that just don't know that putting Mountain Dew in a bottle. My mom, super fucking smart. My mom, super fucking smart, right? When my brother Denali was born, she and my stepdad and me, I mean, we didn't know. We would put juice, like apple juice, in his bottle for bedtime, and he would drink it and fall asleep. He was getting cavities. Here's this little guy who's getting, he's only, how old are you when he's 2 with baby teeth, and the baby teeth are already starting. And the dentist was like, no juice in the bottle. My mom's fucking smart. We didn't know. We just thought it was a good way to help him fall asleep. He's got his apple juice, and it worked. I mean, it would help him, but, but we didn't, even smart people need to be taught, right?
Yeah.
So, there's some error. Anyway, but we don't want to spend money on that. We don't want to spend money on educating new parents how to parent, because people, Jen, I honestly think men think that women are born knowing how to do everything. We know it, like we come out of the womb brand new and we already know how to cook, clean, take care of babies, all the things. I genuinely think that they think that that's like a hereditary genetic trait of the gender. And it's like, no, you motherfucker. We don't know any of that shit. Same as you.
Yep.
You learn. You're taught. Nobody's been teaching your shit, So anyway, I just get fired up about that stuff.
Yeah. Well, this has been a real downer of an episode.
I'm sorry.
No,
it needs to be talked about, Jen. It needs to be talked about.
No, and I'm just going back on our conversations, and I just want to acknowledge that for our viewers that sometimes we go down a dark hole.
It's true.
And but like if we had recorded our conversation the other night, it was great, and we talked about music and all the songs that we could do, and
sure.
Yeah, so I think I think it's great that we're talking about this, but I just want to acknowledge that to our viewers that it's been kind of a downer day for me, dealing with my mom, and then we talked about some stuff in the news, and it makes you want to scream.
Yep.
And
totally.
But we're gonna have Diana Cardiff on next Tuesday, right?
Yeah. Did we pick out a time? Did we firm up a time with her?
I said noon would work for me, so I
said
think
noon too. Okay.
So hopefully that'll work for her.
Awesome.
And I'm not trying to rush off here, but my mom's been texting me through this whole thing, so I have a feeling I need to go over to the hospital now and see what the fuck is going on over there, because that's my life,
Yeah, that's your life. You're parenting your parent.
Yeah, exactly. Did you see Diana's show?
I did. That's why I said that. Yeah, Diana did a dance performance.
Yeah. So one of the quotes was one of my quotes, and I can't remember if they played my voice or if it might have been my voice. Yeah. I didn't know I was going to be a parent to my parents.
Yeah.
When I aged, I didn't realize that that I was going to be the parent to my parent.
When that was said, in that dance performance, there was a reaction from the audience. Just so you know, there was a lot of acknowledgement and a lot of like, oh, right, you know,
Yeah.
these kinds of the audience. There was an audible reaction to that particular statement.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't notice it at the time, but I would notice it was like, oh my God, that's me. You know. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, that's what I felt when she asked about, do you have any things that you could say or, contribute to that? And that's the one thing that stuck out in my head is I didn't realize I was going to be the parent to my parents, which,
Absolutely.
I'm doing the best I can. That's all I can do.
You're
That's
doing
all
an
I can do.
amazing job. I mean, this has been amazing for myself and my mom to watch. I don't mind parenting my parent when it gets that time, as long as she's being proactive around her care and her health. Because it's like, Mom, if you aren't caring for yourself, then that puts it on me.
Yeah.
I'm watching that with you, Jen. I'm watching that with you. So I'm
Yeah.
taking notes, man.
She's in a rehab facility right now, and I hope to God they don't discharge her because she can't participate because of this, whatever it is going on. Either she has something serious going on in her gut or it's a mental thing for her. I don't know, and I don't know how to navigate around it at this point. So I'm just
Well,
gonna,
yeah. And her doctors can't figure it out. I mean, they got her on
well,
anti-nausea.
yeah, I was there yesterday when her doctor came in and he was like, well, we can give you this. We give you this stuff. It should kick out the nausea, but it's not. So we'll give you this. And that's something that she should have gotten today. And then the last text I got from her was, and then she doesn't answer my texts anymore. She says, when will you be here? And I said, maybe 1:30. Do you need me now? No.
Oh,
How are you feeling? My question to her, dead air. She's read it. Did they give you Dramamine? Dead air. Question mark, dead air. I'm
no.
running late. I'll be there around 2. Dead air. When
Okay.
is your next session? Dead air. So, it seems manipulative to me, but maybe
Yeah.
she's just too sick to respond. I don't know. I don't,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
my mom and I have a troubled relationship, mostly because she knows exactly the buttons to push for me
Woo! Button
to,
pushing, man.
yeah.
Pushing those buttons.
And, I've been to therapy about it, and I've been going to a therapist about it. I told her when we left her here in May that she needed a therapist and that she needed to go and work this shit out because, whatever. And she didn't. She just didn't follow through on it. And, the last time she said something to me about her therapy session, she said, well, will you go to therapy with me? I'm like, hell yes, I'll go to therapy with you.
Right. All right.
No problem at all. I'll be
Nice,
there. You
Jen.
just name the time and
Yeah.
date.
Let's go, Mom.
And then she just
Yeah.
dropped it,
Yeah. Gotcha.
So,
All right. All right. Well, you go handle it. My battery's
yeah.
dying anyway, and I gotta pee. So I guess we'll just wrap up on a really happy note. I gotta pee. You gotta deal with your mom. Great.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
And
take that, listening audience.
we'll
Yeah.
have some music talk next week. It'll be a little more upbeat, hopefully. And,
Yeah.
So
This will be our Debbie Downer episode.
yeah, this is our Debbie Downer episode. Don't give up on us now. We're just getting in a roll on this. We're getting
That's
the
right.
episodes consistent.
That's right. We're finding our voice.
Yeah.
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 We're finding our voice. That's right.
Yeah.
I think it's a powerful episode, though, Jen. I'm just saying.
I think so too. I'll try and get the music on the beginning and the end, but it's probably not going to happen. So.
Okay, no problem. I'm not even worried,
And,
but
and
you're
I
doing
never,
great.
I never thought to tell people that the piece of music at the beginning and the end of our show is one of my own songs. So.
Yeah. Did you name it?
I think I called it Alive.
Alive by
Mm-hmm.
Jen.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well,
all right.
All right. All right.
I'll be in touch.
Talking.
I'll let you know how today goes.
All right. Stay alive. Don't let your mom kill you. No more. Don't have a stroke or anything. Keep your blood flowing. Okay. Talk to you later, buddy.
Okay. Bye-bye,
Bye.
listeners and watchers.
Bye, listeners.
Tune in again next week for We're Not Supermodels. And also check out our merch.
Merch.
On that vein, really quick. I'm gonna cut this out. Did you see the latest T-shirt I made?
Oh yeah, the paper airplane. That's awesome.
I like that one. So
I like it.
anyway,
Yeah, I like
yeah.
the trees and the paper airplane.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I'll just leave this in. But buy our merch if you're interested. They're good quality T-shirts. I checked it out myself. So,
Nice.
you
Good
know,
job, Jen. Yeah.
who doesn't
Okay.
need a new T-shirt or a hoodie or a sweatshirt or something? And I brought
Yeah.
the price way down to almost
Oh,
cost for us. So we're not making a lot of money on them,
that's
but we
fine.
need the exposure. And share this with your friends too, if you'd like.
Yeah. And your parents.
Yeah.
That they can learn how to be a good parent to an adult child. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Absolutely.
All right. Bye-bye,
Okay.
listeners. Watch
Bye,
you
guys.
next week.
See you, Jen.
All right, bye.